Welcome back to Press to Cook. Crockpots are a convenient way to cook meals, but if not used properly, they can lead to food poisoning. To ensure food safety, always start by washing your hands before handling any ingredients. Make sure the crockpot, as well as the utensils and cutting boards used, are properly cleaned and sanitized. When preparing ingredients, especially meat, ensure they are properly thawed before adding them to the crockpot. Avoid leaving food sitting at room temperature for too long, as bacteria can multiply and cause foodborne illness. Cook your food thoroughly, with the internal temperature reaching at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit for meat. Use a food thermometer to accurately measure the internal temperature and ensure that it is safe to consume. Keep the lid on throughout the cooking process to maintain a constant temperature and prevent bacteria growth. Avoid overcrowding the crockpot, as this can prevent proper heat distribution and lead to undercooked food. If you have leftovers, refrigerate them within 2 hours of cooking to minimize the risk of bacterial growth. When reheating leftovers in the crockpot, ensure they reach a safe internal temperature before serving. Always follow the recipe's instructions regarding cooking time and temperature to avoid undercooking or overcooking your food. Make sure to use high-quality ingredients and fresh produce to minimize the risk of foodborne illness. When in doubt, throw it out. If you suspect that your cooked food has been contaminated, it's better to be safe than sorry. Regularly inspect the crockpot for any cracks or damage, as this can compromise its ability to cook food safely. When transporting a crockpot, make sure it is securely latched to prevent any spills or accidents. Avoid using large cuts of meat or whole poultry in the crockpot, as they may not cook through evenly. If you're using frozen ingredients, thaw them thoroughly before adding them to the crockpot to ensure even cooking. Never use the crockpot for reheating pre-cooked, refrigerated foods, as this can lead to uneven heating and bacterial growth. If you're using dairy or eggs in your recipe, it's best to add them during the last 30 minutes of cooking to prevent curdling. Keep children and pets away from the crockpot to prevent accidents and burns. Never leave the crockpot unattended while cooking, always be cautious and aware of any potential risks. Avoid using the keep warm setting for extended periods, as bacteria can potentially grow at a low temperature. Clean your crockpot thoroughly after each use, following the manufacturer's instructions to maintain its safety. Consider using a liner or cooking bag for easier cleanup and to prevent any food sticking to the crockpot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow our channel and visit presstocook.com for more kitchen appliance tips.